My name is Rose Genosar. I'm here and I want to welcome you all to the first conference on accessibility and historic sites and cities that is hosted by the Tower of David Jerusalem Museum. I hope many of you were in the earlier sessions, which were absolutely fascinating. And if you were, then you know that if you have any questions, you can put it inside the Q&A box. The hosts, the moderator and panelists will hopefully have time to answer some of your questions towards the end of the session. Also, there is CC captioning. All you have to do is click on the CC box and you'll be able to see the closed captioning. Our moderator this evening is Professor Tsvi Kufler, who has been a friend of the museum for many, many years. He heads the information department at the University of Haifa. He is very invested in the intersection between technology and cultural heritage sites. And I'm very, very pleased that Tzvika, who's also on our advisory committee, is able to be with us today. So Tzvika, it's all yours.
Thanks, Rose. Very nice introduction. So we'll go quickly through the agenda of this evening. We have 5 speakers. I will start with enhancing the museum visit experience for visually impaired visitors. I'm Professor of Information Systems at the University of Haifa. A long time since I've been the head of department. I'm no longer the head of the department. My focus of research is intelligent user interfaces, and it is applied to cultural heritage. I'll be followed by a Step Here system to enable accessibility for wide range of disability by Yishai Hatzir, Step Here Research and Development Operating Manager. He is responsible for the research project with the Israeli Innovation Institute, works people with disabilities to develop IoT solutions, has vast industrial experience and developer as a product manager. He'll be followed by Menachem Schorr that will be presenting bridging accessibility tours for visitors. And Menachem is for more than 20 years. He lives, works, and breathes the business of digital guides in the world of culture. Following Menachem will be the talk about the art of listening by Thomas Fikken. And Thomas is business development manager and at Guide ID at the Netherlands, and leads business development at the company where he partners with museums to enhance their storytelling through podcaster, pro audio guides and systems, works closely with museums and their design partners to create specialized visitor experience. Finally, bringing heritage to life, virtual reality as a gateway to inclusion will be presented by Raphael Saxer. And just a second, and Raphael is the CEO and founder of Umivi, a Swiss-based company specializing advanced virtual reality and augmented reality solutions. Has over 30 years of experience in IT. So as you can see, this session is a combination of industry and academia. And now just let me quickly share my presentation, and here we go. So my talk will be on research regarding the application of novel state-of-the-art technology to enhancing the museum visit experience for blind people. It's a joint work of myself with Yael Avni, which used to be a master's student, now a PhD student working in the area, and with Alexandra Saad from the Occupational Therapy Department at the University of Haifa, a unique collaboration. So without any ado, we'll go ahead. The museum poses challenges for visually impaired visitors. Museums are nicely designed, but not for visually impaired blind people. Everything is protected, and simply it is impossible to touch. It is impossible to understand the size and shape of the objects, and the exhibitions are very dense with objects of different sizes. You can see a few examples from the Echt Museum at University of Haifa on the right, just exemplifying the challenge. The idea that we had is to have an interdisciplinary course. So to train the developers in a multidisciplinary team. It was a collaboration between the occupational therapy department, the information system department, and the Hecht Museum. And this course started 2 years ago, and this year it will be the third year in a row that it will go on. The idea is to explore the potential of using state-of-the-art technology for enhancing the museum visit for blind visitors. We planned to develop a framework based on the best practices of both disciplines to implement it in a controlled environment of a course and do it in collaboration with the museum and with visitors, and finally demonstrate it and evaluate it. So we start with the very beginning. We try to somehow promote empathy. So let the students experience the challenges and observing blind people during the visit. So you can see students that are blindfolded, led by other students taking a tour at the museum, and in the center, two blind volunteers explaining the students about their experience and their needs. Together with the museum staff, we selected 4 topics. Since blind visitors cannot walk around, we selected thematic topics and selected for each topic about 4 specific objects in order to be able to tell the story of the topics. And we selected ancient weapons and writing and religions and burial traditions. And we had teams of 4 students, 2 of each department, working together on developing the solution. So we had burial tradition, which was a combination of visiting on site at the museum plus a set of objects. We had religions, which based on small statues that were placed over a Mediterranean map, the writing, a set of boxes containing objects, and an ancient weapons in some kind of an armory. The exhibits, the idea is the exhibits will include 3D replicas of museum objects, will be augmented with audio commentary and audio activation varied. We had a variety of NFC, push buttons, micro switches. We tried to evaluate different interaction techniques to find out which one will be preferred by those blind visitors. So at the very beginning, there was the idea, creating the ideas, cardboard prototyping, so we can see all the different ideas just as cardboard or as a video presentation of the armory, the map, or the burial tradition objects. Then we scanned these objects that we had that we got from the museum. So you can see here object being scanned on the 3D scanner. Then we printed them using a 3D printer. At the moment, we used plastic, but we are planning to use different materials to give more realistic feeling to the person that is holding the object. Once we had the objects printed, we had the sets of experience ready. We asked our volunteers to evaluate them in an initial set of exhibits, and we can see how it looks with the push buttons and the writing, and we can see the uh, religion's presentation, religion's experience, and finally, we had 4 sets of exhibits. The writing in the aluminum boxes, the religious presentation on the Mediterranean map on the left, burial tradition, and armory. So these were nice prototypes. Um, we got enthusiastic responses from both museum staff and our volunteers but as you can see, these are not products. However, since we were so thrilled, we went ahead and converted those four prototypes into products. So we have four sets, different interaction techniques, and the prototypes were refactored and actually became products. And using these products, we performed a user study with real blind visitors. So over 30 people participated. Just a few were blind for birth. Um, they don't visit much museums due to their impairment. They prefer to visit with guides, friends, or a guided visit. Usually they do not go alone. They like very much to get explanation about the object they can touch and feel their details, and this was very encouraging. They claim that such thematic sets may improve their experience. So it was a very nice feedback that we get. And as we try to evaluate what may be the best interaction techniques, finally, the simplest one, the use of push button that keeps the visitors completely in control of the system, was selected. Still, we learned quite a few lessons from our user study. And following this user study, we decided that these sets cannot be applied as they are in the museum. So the new prototypes were further refined. We add some audio volume and speed control, improve the audio commentary according to the feedback that we got, so it will fit actually people that are visually impaired and don't see anything, just can touch and feel the details. And nowadays we are running again a user study with visually impaired visitors, where our idea is to try and evaluate whether those visitors can use the systems independently and enjoy their system. So in order to save more time, I just stop here for questions, but I guess questions will be asked in a chat or differently, and we'll address them later. So I would like to thank you all for listening. I try to do it quickly and brief, and I would like to let the second presenter go ahead. So Yishai, are you here? I think that Yishai was the second one. And I guess
Hi,
Yishai is.
yes, I'm here.
So please feel free to share the screen and start your presentation.
One second.
Okay, we see your slides. You need to click the play.
Yes, I know. 1 second to move. Okay.
Now we see your slides. You need to show the screen where the slides are presented, the presenter mode. We see now the slide without. We don't see the presentation itself. We see the deck of slides with the one that you are looking at, the first one. Okay, now we see it.
Okay, this is better?
Yep, perfect.
Great. Okay, wonderful. So thank you, everyone, for this opportunity to show the STEPI system. So STEPI is a system that is working for more than almost 15 years. And actually, it's a platform for accessibility. So our goals, the purpose of this system is to enable to people to be much as independent and on the public environment and the indoor and outdoor. So people are to use the public transportation and to cross a street and to go to museums and hospitals by themselves in dignity and safety. At the beginning, we mainly worked with, the solution was mainly for people who are visually impaired, but today the system is for almost all, or as much as possible for people with more disabilities. So how the system is mainly work? It's based on application, a free application that is connecting to our devices. The main device is an audio sign that is used as a voice anchor for people who are walking around. So the system is, when the application is nearby our system, the user can activate the audio sign, and then he can get into an accuracy of the location of about 1 meter. So the audio sign is working only when the person is nearby, so we don't create any noise pollution, and still the user can have all the information he needs. And as you can see on the app, we have 1, 2, 3, the numbers, and the user can choose the level of information for each location. Like on the first button, he will get only the information, the name of the bank or the name of the door where he is. And number 2 will be more information about what inside the building. So what is it doing? All this the application, okay? We have multiple features. It's an audio sign for instructions, orientation, and navigation, indoor and outdoor. The system, we don't need any constructions. It can work on batteries if you will need, either a solar panel or to be connected to power. You can put it in invisible places, mainly in places like historical places where the visually or it has to be very clear. You don't want to add any artificial devices. The information is always in different languages. The language of the user's smartphone. So it can be good for accessibility and for tourism. The information, it can be in text in addition to sound for people who have hearing difficulties. In each place, we give information about the point of interest around the person, around the location, exit, stairs, toilet, any specific and important locations. And we have a system that is can activate a wheelchair lift, because we know in certain places where there is wheelchair lift, it's difficult to call to somebody to activate it. So in our system, we have connectivity to wheelchair lift, and from the app, you can activate it, tell it to go up and down by yourself. So the main structure is we're doing wayfinding with audio guidance. It's a system of IoT. And today, it's the system is for smart interactive system for public transportation. Today, we have solutions for, okay, we'll talk about it a little bit later. Okay. Today, the system is worldwide, and it's very, almost all over Israel and in other countries in Europe. And we are installing university, municipalities, any public places, in buses. We'll talk about it. In buses, we have a system that is called by demand. So the person can stand or wait in a bus stop and send a message to the driver that a person with disability is waiting for him on the next bus stop. So this can be very good for people with wheelchairs or visually impaired that sometimes the bus can't see them or just run away, or for in the future for autonomous buses. The bus or the public transportation can know that somebody he has to pick up somebody from specific point. For indoor and outdoor navigation, so today we have solution for combination with indoor navigation system. So a person can walk like a ways inside any building and to know exactly where he is. And it's a system that is designed to be accessible for visually impaired and for all other disabilities. And on the light rail, we have a system that we are connecting to the bus, to the train. And again, the person can write down on his smartphone wherever he would like to go. And when the train is stopped nearby, the door next to the user will automatically be open, and with a special sound from the door, and the person can walk in without any fear to miss or to get into the wrong line, and maybe he can't find how to open the door, to push the button. So where we are now in all cities, in Jerusalem, we put our system, install our system on the old city of Jerusalem, in about 6 kilometers of streets. So a person can walk around, and on the junctions, he will have instruction where to go, where he is. It was a challenge because there's no Wi-Fi and there's no very poor GPS on this area. And our solution was to give all the information about all the location without any connectivity to the GPS or internet. And we have solution for on the David Tower Museum for go around and to find where you are. We have a solution for installing our devices in Cluj-Napoca on Romania. There's a street, an old street there, and the historical places, and all the municipality buildings on the city. On Tel Aviv.
Yishai, we need to start wrapping
Hurry
up.
up. I have one more page. It's another place, international place. We have information about the historical places and to know where you are. And here we have a solution where we have to put our information inside this pole. We have a solar panel above it and a hidden speaker inside so you can't see it. We have some awards, and that's all. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yishai. So stop sharing the screen. I would like just to announce that this session will go on until 9:15 because we started a bit late, went a little bit over time. Okay, our next speaker is Menachem Schorr, and from Menachem Edutainment. Menachem, please share your screen and go ahead and try to make sure to maintain the schedule. Help us out. Menachem, the floor is yours. Menachem, you are muted.
Okay, no. Is it on?
Okay, now we hear you. Please go on.
Can you see the presentation? Because I don't see
Yep,
it.
we see it.
Okay, thank you, Tsvika. I'll try to make it short and efficient. So about us, we are mentioned entertainment. We're coming from the field of audio tour and interpretation, and part of our mission is to serve all visitors in museum and culture sites, so the disabilities as part of it in terms of the digital solutions. For us, the accessibility is a combination of really two things: is the technology platforms that we'll show in a bit, and mainly the content, creating the right content for each group or disability. In terms of creating the content in general, our aim is creating content that will allow all visitors as much as possible the same experience, regardless their disabilities. This is the view and what we are trying to do by producing and creating different kind of tools. If it is for hearing impaired, we'll look in a second, or visual impaired, or any cognitive needs. Of course, this is on top of doing all, how to say, general tools like in languages. And that's all. Okay, to make sure the content creation will start with for hearing impaired to show this is sign language. I'm not giving the full tour. This is made for Tower of David, really the first cultural site in Israel that is going to offer for the visitor sign language tours. Never has been done in Israel, unfortunately, but we hope that this is the first of many. You see the presentation that we made it, green screen in traditional way. This to do a good sign language tour as it is video, it costs quite a lot time and effort and money, and we are trying also to look for ways to make it more efficient with more, automatic tools using AI tools. So here you can see the base for a sign language that to modelize the sign, and then on top of it, that's all done automatically by AI. So it's part of the ways we are trying to create content in a way that will bring more sites to be affordable to do such tours for visitors. Oh, next. Okay. Next group is the visual impact. So we can see here, again, very shortly, this general audio. This is for a museum. And then we take this audio, and again, using automatical tools and AI, we made out of it, convert it to audio descriptive with what is needed for. Okay. Okay, so we have started with description of what can you see. Another thing is we talk about different kind of accessibility, so we can consider like children tool also as some kind of accessible tools to bring children to get them and engage. These days quite difficult. So Okay, I'll put it on mute a second. This also short videos in different station. You see, it's the same stop with different approaches. That's also by the designer. Our designer, graphic designer, was made, but using AI tools to make it more efficient and affordable to make for many. So if you can see more, it's nice. Okay. Okay. So this was about the content, and now a few words about platforms. I will not say a lot about this traditional platform, let's say. I think most of you know it, just to see that these days, so we are putting really an effort and an emphasis for disabilities, like having, as you see, the braille on the numbers on the keypad. We have also two options for headphones. So if mainly visual impaired people are escorted, the both can listen to the same content. And also injunction loop can be connected, different screen sizes if you want to, again, showing video, sign language, titles, everything is needed. And now we took it a step ahead in some way. One is to have a unit which is all in one. This unit is a real great tool. You put it on your head and go ahead. Everything is automatically, you hear the right content in the exact right place for each stop. So it's very easy. People with any kind of disabilities to go around. If you need the hands-free, if it's cognitive disability, not to be able to deal with any kind of platform. So that's one you just put on you, go ahead and have the experience. Another thing we are using this day and looking for it is the AR glasses. You know, it's all very in like a high topic now, but we are using it and we made some, and I'll show you in 2A first. If I put my glasses on me, it's going and it's image recognition. So while I'm going around, again, I don't need to do anything, just to look on the item, on the right item, and I'll start to listen by the bone conduction headphones. And in parallel, I can show, if I decide, like a text in front of you. So again, if you're hearing impaired, if you want to see the text or it helps you, you don't need to move your eyes and your head down somewhere to read the text. It's just in front of you, parallel to the item you are looking on. More than that, again, so here.
Menachem, you need to start wrapping up, please.
Okay, I have two more slides. So I'll make sure there is the ability of AI to ask questions, get the answers in real time. So if you need more things, so that's also part of it. And the last thing is, again, application for bring your own device on the smartphones. Here again, you see our attitude of making inclusive of all type of content. So for each station, there is the content, the general, then you have it for hearing impaired, visual impaired. Each one can get its own content and experience, all from the same station, from the same point, on the very same level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Menachem. Stop sharing, please. And our next talk will be by Thomas Fikken, The Art of Listening. So Thomas, please share your screen and the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Let me see. Can you see my screen?
Uh, I think so. If this is the first slide, the global conference, then it is your first
Yeah,
screen.
sorry.
Oh, perfect. We see it.
Thank you for tonight. My name is Thomas Fikken from Guide located in the Netherlands. I'm the business development manager within Guide, and in that role, responsible for developing everything we do. And Guide offers the Podcatcher Pro, which is an audio guide. And today I want to dive into how we use our techniques to enhance all the visits of visitors in the museums worldwide. The Podcatcher is a device to play audio tours. It has, unlike our competitors or other parties, no screen on it because we want to stay focused on the objects surrounding yourselves. Let me see. Cool. Sorry. And I want to start with a phrase. So I think we are really at a unique moment where technology can be used to preserve the authenticity of heritage sites, but making them accessible to everyone. And I really believe that with the techniques we have available in our devices, but also with the rapidly evolving sides of AI and all the techniques surrounding it, we can really achieve a new level of the visitor experience. I want you to take a look at a video. It's being recorded by Amsterdam, and it shows the podcatcher being used in the Resistance Museum in the Netherlands. And that museum is one of our customers, and we work really closely together to use the techniques we have and the challenges they and their visitors have and experience the whole story they want to tell. And I think it's the perfect way to showcase you how we implemented techniques. So it will take 1 minute, but it will explain a lot of what we do. And the subtitles are in English, so you can read along.
You need to accept sound from my computer on the share to let us hear the sounds. Go to
So I need to.
on the Zoom, go to share options and enable the sound.
Okay, I will do. Ah, fuck. Yep. It's. Yeah, I'm not able to select that one.
You're not able to select that one?
Nope. So, but the music is basically the background audio, so I don't think it's really necessary in that case. So we'll go back to the slide. And what I want to show you is this part of the video. Here you can see Erik, and Erik is visually impaired. So he uses our podcatcher. And whatever the museum did, and this is Eva, and she also uses the podcatcher, but also equipment or specially made tooling for her visit. So you can see the full video on the URL you just saw. what we did together with the Resistance Museum is really look into what the visually impaired people had as a challenge, and also explained already in previous sessions. But also people with several disabilities, and we partnered together to create or boost their experience. So yes, there were challenges. They didn't want to visit alone. They had a hard time getting around. So there were guidelines on the floor itself. But with our techniques, we made it possible for them to use the podcatcher as an audio device. And when they walk into a room at certain zones, the audio would automatically trigger. The podcatcher will vibrate and make a recognizable sound that the audio starts, and they can really experience the museum on their own, which is a big improvement. There's no need for searching for numbers or triggers. It simply starts at the right location. And as you could see for Eva, she had a bigger disability in using the podcatcher herself, but she could simply tap and listen to the stories that were playing. She could move freely throughout the museum. And with the podcatcher, we are using a technique that we can make the audio trigger automatically without the need to do physical site modifications. So it's really simple. With a battery-powered device, you can create a sound where the audio triggers. Also, the device itself, it's really dedicated or designed to enhance all the different needs. So it's simple. There are recognizable buttons on top. It vibrates or makes a recognizable sound. So you can simply give it to visitors and they will understand how it works. And next to that, we offer a progressive web app where you can host the sign language videos, and all the audio descriptions can be created in our platform. And I want to zoom in on that one in the next slide. So this brings us to the rapidly evolving AI techniques. In our platform, we enable museums and historical sites to enhance those, to utilize those features. So when there is a complete audio tour, if you have created it with voice actors or without, we can simply turn it around and make a new version of it in a different language. So if you started in English, we can really quickly turn it into Dutch, French, whatever. But we can also change the tone of voice. So for example, if you have a tool created for the regular visitor, you might also want to think about people who have difficulties in understanding difficult texts. So create a version for which is easy to hear with simple language used throughout the whole tour, or turn it into a kid-friendly version, all with limited time needed and turned into audio with 11 Labs or AI solutions. So you can adapt it for all different audiences. I think that's what I wanted to show you today. It's a bit before schedule.
Yeah, thank you very much, Thomas. You helped us get back on schedule. Highly appreciated.
You're
Great.
welcome.
So thank you very much. And our last speaker for the session is Raphael Saxer. Raphael, please share your screen and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I can't optimize the settings for video sharing. Is that possible to so we will have some interruptions.
Well, let's pray to the technology gods that they will be with us.
Okay, then I will share like it is, so it's not optimized for video then by Zoom. Good. No, it's not possible to activate. So I will share as it is. Thank you very much. Imagine standing on the top of the Faisal Tower in Jerusalem and marveling at its breathtaking view and absorbing its immense historical significance. But not Stephen. Stephen is sitting in his wheelchair at the base of the tower. For him, there is no way to make it up those steps, no way to experience this breathtaking moment. And this is the reality for countless visitors at heritage sites around the world. Physical barriers stand in the way of meaningful experiences. But what if there was another way? With immersive virtual reality solutions, we can remove these barriers. We bring the Faisal Tower and countless other inaccessible sites directly to Stephen. Through VR, he can explore every corner of the site, enjoy the same stunning views and connect deeply with the history, all from wherever he is. My name is Raphael Saxer, I'm the founder of the startup Omivi, and today I will show you how VR is opening doors to heritage sites for everyone, making history accessible in ways we have never imagined. Heritage sites face unique challenges, as we heard of many speeches of today, preserving ancient structures, managing visitor crowds, and ensuring accessibility for everyone. Traditional solutions often fall short in addressing these issues. That's where technology comes in. With virtual and augmented reality, we can enhance the accessibility by enabling everyone to experience these sites regardless of physical limitations, digitally preserve cultural heritage through high-resolution imagery and advanced 3D measurements, engage modern audiences, especially younger generations, with interactive and immersive storytelling that brings history to life. By leveraging these technologies, we can safeguard the past while inspiring future generations to connect with it in a meaningful way. Through high-resolution HDR images and videos, we create immersive experiences that allow users to explore heritage sites, delve into their histories, and enjoy the same breathtaking views as on-site visitors. And sometimes even better. With virtual reality, heritage and cultural sites can be brought to a global audience, breaking down the barriers of physical access and distance. Beyond tourism, VR offers opportunities to attract more visitors, highlight the economic potential of a place or region, and also inspire new businesses to establish themselves locally. But let me show you some live examples of our high-resolution VR tours. Let's start with the Tower of David, where the story began. So here we created a high-resolution panoramic image from the top of the Faisal Tower, as we can see. And a special on that image is that we recorded 270 single images where we stitched together to a multi-gigapixel panorama. So that allows us to zoom in, to explore all the places, and we can also have some more information about Jerusalem. Within the tower, we have many more functionalities available, like having a view of the exhibitions. We can walk through the exhibitions, and also here the high resolution pictures are needed to read also the small descriptions of the objects. And VR, there are no limitations. So here, it's not even possible for users on site to have a view from the citadel, but with VR we can provide that as well, so that you can have a look over Jerusalem, can walk around and see that all in a high resolution imagery. Another famous place of me is the Red Canyon, also a place where it's not possible to go if you have physical limitations. Within the canyon, there are some high steps you have to climb, but with VR, they are just a click away from you, and you can easily go through the whole canyon. You can also enjoy a view from above provided by our high-resolution drone panoramas, or a walk through on the top of the walls of Jerusalem. Easily go through and enjoy the different breathtaking views to Jerusalem. But as you know, we are from Switzerland, so the mountains are such amazing, nearby impossible to climb for many people. But with VR, we can give a look, we can give a feeling how it is on site. In that example of the Öschidensee, the second famous Instagram spot of Switzerland, we provide it in 4 different seasons. Let's go to summer. And here you can fly through the region, have a look from different views, and you can also have a look how it looks on the ground and walk virtually through every trail of that very region. Especially on that project is that we combined it with an information system that is on site as well. So here you can see in real life what is open, what is not open, where are some dangerous zones where you have to pay attention, and so on. We provide the map. Locally, you can use it as a navigation system. And also here we have included all the different spots. And more information like all the details of the hiking trails and so on. Another nice example from my region where I live is the Kronberg. Here we have also many information about the place. You can visit all the places here, and that's the reason why I show that. We can also integrate high-resolution videos within the panoramic views.
Herzlich willkommen bei uns am Kronberg. Bei uns kannst du ganz
So audio, video is all possible, and with that we have nearby no limitation in making a real attractive presentation of every place. But at Omivi we go beyond creating these standalone VR tours. We design comprehensive information platforms that can represent entire regions, countries, or even global networks. These platforms connect individual heritage sites into an ecosystem where users can explore seamlessly. For example, the Tower of David, the VR tour is a part of a larger platform where other landmarks in Jerusalem and even across Israel are included. It's scalable, dynamic, and fully customizable to reflect the unique identity of each of these locations. Feel free to explore our platforms by yourself. Like the Greater Zurich area, the biggest economical area in Switzerland, who works with our solution as well. They have integrated all the companies that are allocated in Zurich, startups, different clusters like food tech, robotics, fintech, and so on. And you have the information of every single company in our platform. We also provide solutions to showcase available land, industrial sites, and so on. What makes these platforms inclusive and engaging? It's the features. Interactive guided tours, users can follow pre-designed routes or explore freely. Storytelling hotspots. Each site comes alive with its history and cultural significance. Accessibility tools like subtitles, narration, and even sign language ensure that everyone can participate. With these innovations, we are not just presenting heritage, but making it truly accessible. At Omivi, we combine cutting-edge technology with a deep understanding of heritage needs. Our platforms are in high quality, using high-resolution footage for photorealistic experiences. Scalable, we accommodating single sites, entire region, or global networks. And they are customizable, tailored to the unique identity of each site or organization. With over 15 years of experience in VR, we have worked on projects ranging from the Tower of David to entire city and regions. VR and AR are not just technologies. They are tools for inclusion, connection, and storytelling. At Omivi, we are committed to making heritage accessible to everyone, ensuring that the past remains alive for future generations. And with the tools we have today, we can ensure that Stephen and people like him around the world can explore, learn, and feel inspired by the past, no matter their physical limitations or location. Let's keep pushing boundaries to make heritage accessible to everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to share our vision. I look forward to discussing your thoughts and ideas. And don't miss to scan the QR code and get in contact with me on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Raphael. Okay, I see here one question in the questions, and it is between AR authenticity and more functionality, how do you choose trade-offs? That is showing the site as it is versus showing it during different sessions, during different seasons, nights and day. Are more features, the better. So I guess it's a question for you, Raphael.
Thank you very much. I'm searching for the Q&A.
At the
Here.
bottom of the
Okay.
screen, there is the Q&A.
Yes.
This question mark. At the bottom of the Zoom screen, you have the Q&A.
This depends really much on the site. So we are working always close with our customers together. And for some places, they have really different approaches. So sometimes more is better. Sometimes they don't want to show much in VR. They just want to have some teasers that the people can come on site or to showcase what is possible on site. So here we are really free to choose what is best for each site.
Okay, thank you. I hope this answers Ellen's question. I don't see any other questions in the list. So let's just well, we have a few more minutes to go. Let's just see if more questions are coming up.
For me, it was very interesting to see also the other presentations. And I think many of us, we could combine our technologies together. So that would be also an interesting discussion between these technologies, how they can support each other. Yeah.
I think it might be very interesting. We are at the moment focusing on visual impairment, but we are now going to work a little bit on cognitive disabilities. so it might be interesting. We are focusing on trying to combine audio with 3D printing.
Yeah.
So to allow the visitor try to touch and feel the object while getting information.
Yeah,
But
that was very interesting with the 3D printers with the possibilities nowadays. Yeah.
yeah, so the idea is probably so different disabilities may require different technological solutions,
Yeah.
given the specific disabilities. We are playing with the ideas of adjusting exhibition galleries areas for people with mobility impairment, that they need the exhibitions to be somehow lowered to their height in order to be to experience them. And the idea of that you actually presented regarding Stephen, if you're visiting a museum or a gallery, when there are plenty of paintings being hanging in different places or different heights, then actually bringing them down simply through virtual reality might be an interesting idea. Simply you look at them and you see them either on a mobile, on a tablet, or even also on a glasses, smart glasses, or virtual reality glasses.
Yeah, there are many possibilities available within VR, but then they will need the VR glasses as well. But they can also use any other device, like you mentioned, the iPad. I think would be best then for viewing pictures.
How could we, there is another question, how could we share a site, not something that you could print? I am having troubles understanding the question, so might be a bit help of deciphering it. Rose, Caroline?
Yeah, I am also not sure how can we share a site, not something that could be printed. I think that that was pretty much addressed in the different ways that all these companies have of trying to bring a site, whether it's through the technology, whether it's through the glasses or the smartphones, whether it's through VR. I think the possibilities are endless on sharing a site using digital and technology. And I think that you all addressed it really, really well. And each one of these companies, I think, comes from a different perspective. And within this blanket that Tsvika provided as what the academia is doing, I think that we all learned quite a lot about how tourism, heritage, and architecture can be preserved through technology. And I want to thank all of you.
I would like to make a comment because Josefina, I see the comment of Josefina, and this is something that I wanted just to respond, because there is so much work done in trying to enhance the visit to cultural heritage sites for people that are blind or visually impaired, which is indeed, it's a big challenge, but there is a lot of work and there are all kinds of different solutions trying to bring, to let them enjoy paintings and enjoy sites and enjoy archaeological sites. So yes, it is a big challenge. And it's a pity, but a lot of effort is done, and I encourage you just to take a look and try to see the body of work that has been published in this area.
Okay. And I want to thank you very much, Tsvika, for moderating this really interesting and provocative session. I want to thank everybody who attended for attending. And I'm inviting you all to join us again tomorrow night for 3 more sessions on 3 completely different topics, all relating to historic sites, heritage sites, historic cities, and the challenges of accessibility. Okay, so again, remember that you can use the same link to link in tomorrow. All right, thank you all so much. And and good night, good morning, or good afternoon. Eilat?
Thank you so much, Rose, and thank you, Caroline, and thank you all our speakers for your wonderful presentations, and hope to see you tomorrow. Good night.